Hello everybody and happy Tuesday. Welcome to That's Time Again. It's Gotham review for this week. And just a quick one then, a spoiler alert as usual. We are going to be spoiling last night's episode of Gotham, plus further back into season 2 possibly. And I think I've got something to say about season 1 at some point as well. So just in case you're a little bit worried about all of that, if you haven't quite caught up yet, then don't watch this video until afterwards. Now, without further ado, let's crack on with this week's episode. So yes, let us get on with Season 2, Episode 11, Worse Than a Crime. Now, this means that we have now reached mid-season, which means that we should be having a mid-season break, but we're not. The Americans did over Christmas, but we haven't got one, so that's quite good because it means we can just get straight on with episode 12 next week. But let's stop worrying about episode 12 because that's next week's episode, and let's focus on this week's episode, shall we? So let's start off with the title. So the title was Worse Than a Crime. Now I believe that all the events planned or committed were worse than a crime, particularly Gordon's final act, because it was an action murder and he's a police officer, so I think that is worse than any crime that he's committed in the past. So so I think that is kind of what the worse than a crime bit was. So my 5 words or under this week are only 2 words if you see the hyphenated word as 1 word, or 3 words, but either way it's still under 5 words. So my 2 words this week are mid-season madness, and if you're doing it 3 words, mid-season madness. Now I think this week has been a fantastic episode, and you'll see why as we go through. So for Jim Gordon then. Now Jim Gordon had a fantastic episode this week, lots of great moments from him. I felt like his character came along a long way. Working with Penguin to bring down Galavan was exciting, also worrying. I think that I'm worried that he's become a villain now. At the moment, Jim Gordon seems to have been corrupted by Gotham to become a villain, and I don't like that. But I think the fact that he killed Galavan, was really shocking. And I must admit, last night when I saw it, I was like, can they do that? Are they allowed to do that? Can they kill the main villain of this storyline? But then I guess we have to move on at some point, so killing the main villain is kind of going to be quite interesting. And the fact that he proposed to Leslie and that he's going to be a father, I think is really nice. I feel like he's trying to salvage his relationship in a way by proposing. And he doesn't kind of want it going down the same route as Barbara, so he's trying to salvage the relationship. So on to Harvey Bullock then. Now, I feel like he was in it more this week. He was funny as usual. Him trying to get up the stairs and getting worn out just made me laugh. And I love that he saved Jim from Father Krill last night. It was very good of him to do that, and it was just really good that he's continuing looking out for him. And I feel like them two are kind of brothers now, and that they kind of whatever happens to each other, they both kind of have a mutual understanding that they help each other, which is good. Captain Barnes, again, he was in it more this week. Had an interesting scene with Leslie about trying to find him and how he might be too much of a hero, trying to find Jim Gordon, and how Jim may be too much of a hero now. And I feel like Barnes is getting slightly worried, and he said that he was that Jim was like a son to him. And I think that really means something in the world of Gotham, that Jim also has lost his father, just like Bruce lost his parents in season 1. And Jim's kind of hasn't really ever had anyone to look up to for that guidance, and I think he's trying to be the best. He'll probably try and be the best father he can to his child, but at the same time he needs someone to look up to, and I think Captain Barnes could be that person that he takes advice from and takes kind of guidance from. The fact that Captain Barnes got knocked out by Penguin, I'm sure he'll be okay, really, to be honest. I mean, he got stabbed a few episodes ago and he was fine after that, so I'm pretty sure he's going to be alright with this. So Leslie Thompkins then. Now, I think it was a bit weird how she waited until Jim was kind of going to go off and do something crazy with Penguin, that she then told him she was pregnant. I don't really know why she didn't reveal it sooner. I feel like it was a little bit of a, oh well, I'll just kind of tell him because it's the right moment. And I don't think the writers did very well with that. I mean, it was more of a shocking reveal, like that way. But I just felt like the writers did a little bit of a weird thing with that, doing it that way. I don't know, maybe it was just me, but I just didn't feel like it was that kind of good. She went away from Gotham until it was over. Granted, it was only a short time. It was about half an hour in episode time. That was about it. In fact, it wasn't even that. I think it was about 10 minutes episode time, which wasn't very good at all. Really, again, that could have been a few more episodes. They could have dragged that out for. And I think that kind of, I don't know, like, Barbara last season did exactly the same thing. She went away for a bit and came back, and then she was like psychotic. So I don't want them doing the same kind of storyline again, where they have Leslie come back. Now Leslie's come back. Will she accept Jim's proposal, or will she not? And will they travel down a similar story route to Barbara? But if they do, I hope they don't, because it would just be too repetitive. Sorry, and I won't be interested. I'll lose interest in this program if they do the same storyline as last season. One of the reasons why I like this series, you know, this TV program, is because it's so original. All the time they bring up new storylines, I get shocked, and every week I'm shocked. It's turning into more of a Game of Thrones program now, where I kind of can watch it. I can binge watch it and still love it, and still be shocked by every single episode in a different way. It's kind of turning into that. And Game of Thrones, if you know me, you know that I'm a fantastically huge fan of Game of Thrones. So to be this kind of passionate about another TV program is just, you know, it must be good, really, is all I can say. So Bruce and Alfred then. Now, Bruce being captured by Galavan obviously didn't help matters this week. It kind of added our main conflict of the episode, which was good because it provided us something to do, or provided something for other people to do. The prison scene between him and Silver was really sweet, I thought, when they were telling each other about their favourite memories. And I haven't been a huge fan of Silver's up until recently, when I haven't really been a huge fan of Silver's at all, really. She's been a bit of a bitch, if you excuse my French a bit. I really liked how he kissed her to save her from her uncle, as if Silver had kind of completed the mission that Galavan had set her. I really liked that. And I was really scared for his life, though, when he was kind of tied up and was going to give the sacrifice for the Order of St. Jumar. But he's kind of alright now, so it's good. It's fine, but I just kind of want to see what happens next week with him, and whether he gets into any more scrapes. I kind of feel like they need to stop this a bit now with him, because at the moment he just seems to be, like, every single week he seems to be just getting captured by a different villain. Like, he was captured, like, in episode 3, he was kind of like, oh, done by, you know, he was kind of been a bit beaten up, well, not beaten up, but he was captured a little bit, kind of ish, by Jerome. He's been kind of under Silver's claws. Silver's been getting her claws into him for a few weeks. We've had, you know, Galavan now. It's just all been a bit like top heavy for Bruce. I feel like they need to just kind of get it towards. They need to move it. I mean, we've just been renewed for season 3 this week on last Thursday, which is brilliant. Which means we still get another year at least of this program, which means we could take it a step closer to Bruce becoming Batman. But I think they were just trying to hold off for a bit in case they got this third series, or season, should I say. But if they didn't get the third season, they were just going to kind of leave it, and I feel like that wouldn't have been completely the story. I feel like it would have been underdeveloped. So the fact that they were just taking it this long to start seeing him become Batman almost, it's taken them a little while, and I think it was a huge gamble, but they pulled it off quite well. And Alfred still survived even after being stabbed again. And the fact and as I said, he rescued Bruce with Jim and the others. It was a fantastic scene. With them kind of, it was almost like a little version of the Avengers, but just in Gotham. So we had, who did we have? We had Jim, Bruce, Jim, Alfred, Lucius Fox, Harvey Bullock, Penguin, his goons, and Selina Kyle all team up together to save Bruce. Which brings me on to Selina Kyle. Now, I believe that she was more of a hero this week, which is why I've included her before the villains, because she helped save Bruce from Galavan, as I've said, and that was really sweet of her, and she kind of told him that, well, you know, I told you so, that Galavan wasn't to be trusted, blah, 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 you know, all that, and she was joking with him, and so was Alfred, so it was quite a nice scene when the three of them went off together. And also Silver St. Cloud I'm going to put on the heroes this week. So I've spoken a lot about her over the last couple of weeks, but finally we're going to create a new section just for her. If this might be the only section if she's not in it anymore, but this is the first kind of separate little bit for her. So she had some sweet scenes with Bruce, as I've said, and the fact that she tried to help him to escape from the prison cell was brave, and then trying to kind of stop the sacrifice was brave and stupid, because Galavan I thought Galavan was going to kill her, but he didn't, because Tabitha stopped him. Now I want to know, will she continue to work with, will she work with Tabitha now? Now she's escaped from Galavan's clutches, will she work with Tabitha Galavan instead? And I think we're going to see Silver either really come into her own as an independent villain in Gotham, or that'll be it for her now. We won't see her anymore. But I'm leaning more towards the first one. I'm thinking we will see a bit more of her. Yeah, so any of my controversy points, guys, if you have any kind of thoughts on this without spoiling it, if you've watched ahead, please do post in the comments down below, because I really want to know what you guys are thinking as well, and I don't just want it to be me constantly giving my opinions and not having anyone else's opinions to kind of think over. So let's move on to the villains then. The first villain I want to look at this week is Penguin. So there's only a couple of villains this week actually. We've got Selina's been included in the heroes. So Penguin got his revenge on Galavan finally. He beat him up with a baseball bat, which I think was quite satisfying for him, as that was the first time we saw Penguin. He basically beat a bloke up with a baseball bat, so it was quite satisfying seeing him go back to season 1 kind of style. And I want to know, will he continue to help Jim, and will he keep his secret that he killed Galavan? Will he kind of keep it secret from the GCPD, or will they know instantly that Jim has killed Galavan? It'd be quite interesting. On to the Riddler then. Now, the Riddler wasn't in it a lot this week, although he did help Harvey and the others to find Jim by giving him a riddle that Lucius Fox found, which was quite interesting. In fact, I've just realised I haven't done a section for Lucius Fox on my notes. We should okay, we'll backtrack. We'll do Lucius Fox, and then sorry, that'll be in the middle. I'll do it at the end. I'll do Lucius at the end. So yeah, and then finally onto the Galavans then, before we go back to Lucius. Theo capturing Bruce was obviously the main crime for this week. I was worried that he'd kind of get away with it, but then he was tormenting Silver as well, which was horrible. But then the main event in his life, or his kind of character life, was that he was killed by Jim in last episode, and I thought that was extremely exciting to watch. And then Tabitha was chasing down Alfred, which was exciting. She tried to protect Silver, and she finally came independent, I think, she just kind of stopped obeying Theo and kicked him in the face, and just was like, oh, you know, she basically beat him up, and it was very exciting. And then she helped Silver to escape, which I think was really sweet. So yeah, that's the Galavans. Now let's go back to Lucius Fox then. Now he was in it obviously this week, and it's the first time we've seen him, I think, since episode 2 or 3. I think it might have been so let's say it's been episode 3. So that's that's 8 episodes we haven't seen him in, or 7 episodes. So, and he's still been listed as a season regular all this time. He's been out of it for 7 episodes. So we were a little bit like, oh, when's he coming back? And finally, he was in it last night, and he had a major role. He helped kind of, he helped rescue Bruce in a way, which was good. And he brought Barnes to Galavan Towers, which was quite good. So yeah, that's Lucius. Hopefully we'll see more of him, because I quite like the actor who's playing Chris Chalk. He's quite a good actor. Now the absence of Barbara, Butch and Zaz this week didn't really matter, because they weren't really needed for the main storylines of the week. Barbara, we still don't really know what's happened. We don't really know the kind of whole thing. Actually, I should have mentioned as well, Galavan has been taken to Indian Hill, which is quite an interesting development. So he was taken there with an umbrella sticking out of his mouth, so that's Penguin's trademark, obviously. So Penguin's obviously going to take credit for this death. Now the preview that they gave us as well was interesting. I'm thinking it's Mr. Freeze maybe. I'm pretty sure that he's coming into it. I don't know because I haven't looked at any thing past this point. I don't want any spoilers please, so I'm assuming it's Mr. Freeze, and I think he has been teased in America, and he's been in American one, but I think we're getting him now. And I liked the Gotham writing at the end, the fact that it froze over, like they had all kind of ice coming across it, and it was like, you know, in the Gotham bit what we have at the title sequence for this video. It's kind of their new updated one for season 2, the ending of season 2 episodes, and it came across all frozen, and I really liked that. So my conclusion then, it was an exciting place to end the Rise of the Villains, which is kind of season 2A, so it's the first half, so the first 11 episodes, and I think it's left it, and it's left it with some really kind of answers that need to be, it's left us with some questions even that need to be answered, and it's kind of left us with excitement to go into Wrath of the Villains, which is season 2B, which is the final 11 episodes, so it will bring us up to 22 episodes in all. So my final rating then this week is a 9 out of 10, so we're back up to these 9s. It's a very exciting episode, as I said, extremely exciting, and I can't wait to see what happens next week when we start Wrath of the Villains. So yeah, that's it guys, for my Gotham review for the week. This won't be the only Gotham video up, hopefully though, because at some point this week, within the next week, so before next week's episode on Monday, I am hoping to get up or to record, edit and upload a mid-season video. So I will be giving you my top 5 character development moments, my top 5 moments of the season so far, and my top 3 episodes of the season, so the first 11 episodes, and that'll be kind of, that'll probably be about it, so that will hopefully be under 10 minutes, that video. It'll just be a mid-season video, just to kind of give you my insight of the season so far, and also to give you my overall rating for season 2A, which is the Rise of the Villains. So yeah, I'll give you that, that'll be up at some point in the next week or so. And I just hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, give it a thumbs up and subscribe below. Go check out my other Gotham videos if you haven't already. And I hope to see you again very shortly with either my top 5 video, which I'm hoping to do as well if I can. It's really difficult to do them at the moment with the decorating going on. So I normally do it on a Sunday, but we're decorating, so it's really difficult because that's the only days we've got to decorate as the weekend. And yeah, so yeah, just really hope you've enjoyed this episode, guys. See you later. Bye.